Welcome back to CryptosRUs. I am George. We're all George. So what's going on with this fake news about China banning Bitcoin? Why is it fake? Well, it's because it's a rehash of what has happened already since 2013, 2017, 2020, 2021. It's the same story being spread again and again and again. But I have more proof on why this may be timed right now on purpose. And I'm going to tell you guys why. Because it actually happened exactly around the same time, almost to the same day in 2017. So let's talk about it and why you should be ignoring this FUD, and you should see this as a fantastic confirmation that Bitcoin is getting ready to go higher. So thanks for tuning in. As always, smash up the like, subscribe to the channel. 2 streams every day, almost every day except today, 11:30 and 8:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. I'm not going to be streaming tonight, but I will post a video for you guys in terms of how to build a portfolio. So I think a lot of you guys will be interested in that. So I'm going to post that tonight, but I'm not going to be streaming. But anyways, you want to hit that notification bell to get notified and follow me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and check out all the latest news articles and guides at CryptosRUs.com. Trust me, you want to be there. All right. So good morning, guys. Welcome. You know, I got a little disappointed when I started checking out my comments this morning. So many soft and weak hands, and I have to say it, and everyone's saying, oh, look at this, and look at this, look at this. Unfortunately, newcomers in the space, or even not newcomers, just people that are very impatient, they will take today like it's a really bad day. And it's really not. It's really not. Now, last night we're doing pretty good. 45,000. I did say that after expirations, I expected Bitcoin to continue upwards. Of course, I did not anticipate fake news and FUD to be spread about the same thing again. However, I'm going to show you guys, I'm going to connect the dots for you guys, why this is actually fantastic and why this is actually happening right now. This is actually what we want to see. And I'm going to tell you why. All right, so let's get started. You can see Bitcoin's 42,000, right? 42.2, actually hit 41,000 again, bounced off, and we climbed that up. There's actually a really good chance that we just come right back up to 45 and continue to 50 this weekend. There's nothing stopping Bitcoin at this point. Options and futures expiration is over, and we're heading into the last week of September, moving into October. So there's really nothing to stop Bitcoin at this point. It's certainly not China. You could see on CNBC the biggest headline, front page, Bitcoin and Ether slide as China intensifies crackdown on cryptocurrencies. Really? Did they really intensify crackdown? No, they didn't intensify anything. It's basically restating the same thing they have said before. China is they're very concerned about control. What they want right now is spread their new digital dollar, the digital yuan. Okay? They are test betting that right now. They're testing with some of the biggest banks and financial apps within China, and they are planning to roll that out completely. So right now, what they're trying to do is make sure their citizens, right, stay away from all other crypto. So they basically reposted what they had posted before. Years ago in 2017, 2013, we heard about it in 2020. It's the same stuff over and over. The only thing new that came out of this year is when Bitcoin miners were kicked out of China. That's the only thing new from everything else. Okay, but it turned out that actually helped Bitcoin. It made Bitcoin's network more decentralized. And now all the hash power is out of China. That was one of the biggest things about Bitcoin's network. Some people argued there was too much control within China. China let that go. That's actually a fantastic thing. Now, if you look at the hash rates across all the other countries, they're way up, right? So that was the only thing that changed, but this did not. And, Bloomberg posted something this morning, and then they changed it. again, they say widens the crypto ban on transactions. No, they didn't. You can't trade crypto in China. You can't do anything with crypto and Bitcoin in China. So nothing has changed. Nothing has changed at all. And I'm glad to see someone like this, Trust Nodes, called out Bloomberg, because they basically published fake news. Because if you're a newcomer in the space, you look at this and you're like, wow, this is bad. This is really bad. China really banned Bitcoin, right? And all crypto transactions. This is really, really bad. But no, this has happened before. And the timing of it is very particular. Today, of course, we know it's Bitcoin's options and futures, right? So even one of my own writers on CryptosRUs.com said, why of all days on an options and expirations day? Is it because some of the whales wanted to pick up next month's or next few months' options or futures at a discount? Because if you drive things lower and you buy those future calls, it's much cheaper this way, right? So did that have something to do with that? Of all days, why today, right? Well, it certainly looked like it's a good day to do it, right? So not only that, though, let me show you something else, because I think I'm not the only one that picked up on this. If you look at Molly, who actually posts a lot of good stuff about China news and China bans and this and that, she said this was renounced. This rehash of crypto and stay away from it and so forth, right, was actually announced on September 3rd. It just didn't really hit headlines or social media until today. So this actually came out, a lot sooner than now. This was actually a few weeks ago. But besides that, look at this. Anthony Papagliano also did a favor for us. Look at all this. Look at all these headlines over the years from 2013, 2012, 2017, 2018, 2019, right? You could see the headlines is very, very negative about Bitcoin and crypto in China. But here's the other thing. Okay? I don't know if you guys remember this. 2017, let's zoom out here on Bitcoin's chart. If you go back to 2017, and I've showed you guys this before, okay? Right on around this time frame, September is normally a bad month for Bitcoin. So even in 2017, there was a 40% drop. Okay, before Bitcoin, starting in October, went up 514% to end the year at 20,000. When Bitcoin dropped at 40%, it went down to as low as 2,000 something, 2,900. Okay, it went from 2,900, think about it, 20,000 within basically 3 months. That's Q4, and that's where we're heading into, right? But what caused this 40% dump? Can you guess? China FUD. So September 11, 2017, this came out. Of course, September 11 is not a good day overall. But yeah, rumors swirled in September that China will ban crypto and cryptocurrency exchanges. And what did that do? That caused Bitcoin to go down in conjunction with September to go down 40%. 40% within that month. And then people that sold out, people that couldn't handle it, or people that didn't know any better, they missed out on 514% gains afterwards. From 2,900 to 20,000. Okay? So, why is this coming out right now? Well, we're entering that last 3 months of this year, and if the whales know that it's going to be tremendous, and we have another 2, 3, 4, 500% run from our current path, why would you not want to pick up some cheap Bitcoins and drive it low as possible, right? So it's a perfect opportunity to rehash a story about China FUD, to drive things down, pick up maybe some options and futures on the down low, and pick up some more Bitcoin before it shoots past 100,000 and beyond. Right? So it's almost to the same, it's like the same narrative, same story almost to the same day, in terms of the same story basically being rehashed year over year over year, and it always gets the newbies, right? Always gets the newbies. So do not fall for it. If you're one of those guys, you're a newbie, or you're insecure, you don't know what's going on, right? You need to know that this happens all the time. And the best way to think about it is that, hey, it's confirmation that better things are coming. And I've always said this before. I don't say it right now because Bitcoin and everything else is sky high. But when I said this, when Bitcoin was around 3,000, 4,000, 5,000, the reason why Bitcoin is manipulated, why the whales manipulate it, is because they care about it, because they actually want to accumulate more. If they did not care about it and no one wanted it, there would be no manipulation, because there would be no point into it, right? So the fact that it's still being done is confirmation that they know that bigger things are coming and they want to pick up as cheap as possible. And when I say whales, I mean, it could be from just really rich, wealthy retail investors all the way up to Wall Street guys, the BlackRocks of the world, the IMFs of the world, right? They control media. They could do whatever they want, basically. A lot of them feel threatened by Bitcoin. A lot of them know that Bitcoin is the future. So they say one thing, but doing another thing. Banks are involved, right? These guys, they may be the ones that are buying up all the Bitcoins right now behind the scenes, making sure that retail investors do not follow. But I see past their games, and I know a lot of you guys do too. So this is perfect reason why you need to stay strong. You need to buy the dips and continue to hodl for life-changing wealth, because that's exactly what these big boys are doing. And that's what I'm doing. And the next 3 months, I should say, I think it's going to be phenomenal, fantastic. And I can't wait for it. All right, and the last thing I really want to talk about, I mean, everything today is really just about China FUD and more FUD and more FUD. I mean, there's really not anything else. But my new friend here, where is he? Here we go. Yes. No, not this one, but not tech dev. But take a look at this. I forgot about this. This shows you, right, after China FUD or ban, and this, you could see 2013, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, the percent move afterwards. Okay, so it's worked out pretty darn well every time there's a China FUD. So just to let you guys know, what's coming afterwards. And this is what I meant to show you guys. Tech dev, he kind of correlated the path of Bitcoin with some Fibonacci levels and with the fractal of gold in 1970s, because a lot of people feel like Bitcoin's maturity right now and growth is very similar to gold's maturity and growth from the 70s, which is why guys like Peter Schiff really loves gold. But since then, it has really not moved since the 2000s. But in the 70s, it went up very, very similarly to Bitcoin's path in 2021. And you could see it in the light blue, right? How they both hit basically a peak, came down a little bit, and then afterwards it started exploding. And if you correlate everything else within here, you could see that Bitcoin is pretty much on track. 200, 300,000. It's coming. It's coming. Now, is it past 2021? Could it go into 2022? Sure. Could we see more volatility? Can we see more FUD? Sure. It may push this back a little bit, make it a little off, but I know it's coming. So that's why I'm going to be holding. All right. With that's pretty much it. There's really not that much going on today. You know what? I did mention, those of you guys that were in the live chat with me before the stream started, you know, I don't know about you guys, my BTC value of my portfolio, which I use Delta, by the way, Delta Investment Tracker, absolutely free. It's a fantastic app that you can use on both iOS and Android. You know, one of the great things is you can check to see what your portfolio is worth in dollars or in Bitcoin. And when I converted to Bitcoin, my portfolio is at an all-time high. No joke. The altcoins have actually held better this time around with today's Bitcoin dip. Ethereum got hammered today, but Bitcoin is not so bad, but Ethereum got hammered. But a lot of crypto, a lot of altcoins did not get hammered. So in fact, my portfolio is at an all-time high versus Bitcoin and Bitcoin's value. And that's a win in my book. You know, the dollar amount could go up and down, but my main goal is to accumulate as much Bitcoin as I can going forward. And the best way to do that, I believe, is to pick up altcoins. So, I mean, today is actually looking pretty fantastic for me. I don't know about what you guys, what your portfolio looks like, but if you've been picking up some of these altcoins that I've been telling you guys about, the network protocols that are really, really hot and really on fire, right? And they continue to do well and continue to go up, then you're winning today too. Then you're definitely winning. For example, Cardano did not move today. It did not move today. In fact, it's up, right? Someone like, Avalanche didn't move today. It didn't dip today. Terra is still up today. So there's a lot of winners today. Cosmos is still up today, even though it's slightly in the green. It did not go down like Bitcoin and some of these others. Now, there are granted some losers, but like Tezos is doing very well today, right? But if your portfolio, if the altcoins you hold is moving down less than Bitcoin, then you're gaining on it. That's how your Bitcoin portfolio goes up. Or if they move faster than Bitcoin, then your portfolio value of Bitcoin will also go up, right? So in both of those scenarios, you're winning. That's why you want to have a diversified portfolio. That is why tonight, even though I'm not streaming, I'm going to come out with a video that I did before, but I shortened it in terms of how to build a portfolio, how to utilize that 50-25-25 strategy, and how to optimize or lower risk and maximize gains. So that's important. All right, guys, let's do some Q&A. Let's do some Q&A. Jay is asking about Cody. Yes, Cody has been doing very well. I think it's because there's a lot of enthusiasm right now with Cardano. Tomorrow's the Cardano Summit, and there may be something big with Cody involved because Cody's powering ADA Pay. So that could have something to do with it. There's other rumors how they're going to integrate stable coins. That could have to do with it. But I think their partnership with Cardano is pretty big. And we'll see what happens with Cardano. It could be the reason why they're up slightly today. Because the Cardano Summit, there could be big things that's coming from it. Moving up. There's some funny posts, funny comments in live chat that I'm not going to repeat. All right. All right. Someone says, if Bitcoin hits 3,000, George will still pump hope. Hey, it happened just last year. People forget, March of 2020, it happened. And what did I say? I never lost hope. Bitcoin will come up. It's not going to go away. It's not going to die. Last year, when the stock market sold off and Bitcoin sold off, I'm like, you know what? We will get past it. And we certainly did. More than 10x from that point. BCA said they pulled his FUD again because of Twitter announcement. Yeah, I mean, you know what? Adoption is definitely growing. I've covered the Twitter news a couple times now, but to basically give hundreds of millions of users the ability to add in a Bitcoin wallet now, basically you're getting a Bitcoin wallet. That's huge. That's huge. In terms of the number of wallets out there, I know Bitcoin, the addresses keeps going up, but still, all of a sudden with one single blow, you can add in hundreds of millions of addresses now, right? With potentially hundreds of millions of users getting exposure to Bitcoin, that's huge. That's huge. And that's just the beginning. The funny thing is that that's just the beginning. That is absolutely the beginning. I mentioned about, other players like PayPal has 355 million users. That's going to be all exposed to Bitcoin and crypto soon. Even, stock trading apps like Robinhood, they're coming out with a full-fledged wallet. Let's go get in hundreds of millions of users. I don't know about hundreds of millions, but tens of millions of users exposed to Bitcoin and crypto, right? So from a usability standpoint, from a user perspective, it's only getting better. It's only going to get bigger. And supply and demand, when the supply decreases like it is now, with the big boys buying more and more, and demand keeps increasing, there's only one logical place that Bitcoin's going to end up, and that's higher. Look at when gold had ETF introduced. If Bitcoin gets one soon, it will go to the moon. See, the ones that's coming out in October, right? They're Bitcoin futures ETFs. If that one gets approved. Now, it's not a direct correlation, but it will bring a lot of money in. I think it's going to stabilize the futures market too. And then once that's done, then we're going to have real Bitcoin-backed ETFs. That's going to be the game changer. But, small steps. We're getting there. We're definitely getting there. Hey, in 2017, rumors about Bitcoin ETFs also came, and it just never came true. We're 4 years later. We're finally getting close. However, we do have true Bitcoin ETF in Canada now. We're going to have one in Brazil too. So that's different. We never had those. We never had Grayscale be as big as it is with over like 50 billion in Bitcoin holdings. People are saying Tezos on fire. They certainly are. So I did a little research and did a little deep dive on them yesterday. The big thing about Tezos right now is they have a lot of NFTs. They're certainly embracing NFTs. They have a lot of NFTs, very popular ones from celebrities and rappers and teams. So that seems to be really carrying them right now. And they're still relatively small, 5 billion. Can they go up higher? Yes, they certainly could. But all these network protocols that are doing really well right now, I think it's mostly driven by NFTs, and that's not a bad thing. NFTs is a form of usage, right? People always complained before that no one used any of these chains. Well, no, that's not true anymore. Sorry, I missed. I gotta scroll up again. Thoughts on Referral? It's a nice NFT marketplace, but I don't know why you need to hold on to their token at all. TJ asked, "Did new wallets create this drop like last time?" I think that doesn't even make sense, TJ. Last time, again, was China FUD. I think you're referring to 2017, right? It's China FUD. That's what caused the drop. If you look at new wallets, number of addresses continues to go up. So Harmony announced their BTC is almost done. That could be pretty big for Harmony. Harmony is also one that is doing pretty well recently. I think it's also due to NFT, but they have a lot of things going. Wayne asked, "Can you do a top 30 price prediction so us newbies know where to aim for?" I just did it, man. I just did it, Wayne. I know a lot of you guys don't watch all my videos all the time, but you should. Hey, I'm gonna bring on my own stream right now and watch a commercial. Yeah, if you just go to my page here, okay, so you could see how I talk about so many of these coins, right? And even this one right here, 150,000 end of year prediction, Wayne. So check that out. So I stream so much, I know, but man, I put out a lot of good information, guys. So if you missed it, just look at some of the videos I posted before, and I think you'll find what you're looking for. SOJ Live, that's actually pretty funny. Should you sell everything during bear market or hold? For me, I'm not selling everything. I plan on taking profits on the way up, and I plan on holding majority of what I have already. So I know if we go down, yes, it's going to come back up, right? For capital gains reasons, I think it's better not to sell. But it's important to have cash on the side. It's important to have cash on the side. So if we do have a significant correction, you're able to take advantage and buy the dip. I think the one thing that most people hate is not having enough cash on the side. When things dip, they're like, I'm all in already. I can't buy anymore, right? And then it sucks watching things go down until they level and then come back up. That may take a while. That may take years. If you bought Bitcoin at 20,000 in 2017, it took years, 3 years to be precise, before it came back up to 20,000, right? So during that time, it sucks if you didn't have enough on the side to be able to buy the dips. So that's why I think profit taking is important, right? Having some on the side. But if you're playing Bitcoin and crypto for long term, right, and you don't actually need the money, right? You're doing it, say, hey, I'm planning on holding for 3 to 5 to 10 years. You want to generate life-changing wealth with it. Well, then there's no reason to sell everything. And it's hard to time. It's hard to time top and bottom. MJS, welcome. Realistic Solana price prediction for this year. Realistic, $1,000. That's realistic. Do you have any price prediction for Engine? Alyssa, check out that end of the year video. I believe I covered it, but I believe it's at least a 5 to 10x. At least a 5 to 10x. New member. Welcome new members. Will you recommend great NFTs like I don't know. I don't know, first of all, if that's a great NFT. I think you're just trying to phrase it as that's a question, but you're really trying to shill that project. I get, propose like a new NFT project every single day. I don't know what's good and what's not. They could all be good. They could all pump afterwards, right? But the reason why I have not gotten into NFTs myself is because I'm looking for long-term holds. I want to get something, not just go be hot now. I want to get into something that I believe will be there in the future and go much higher. I think CryptoPunks is going to be one of them. I don't know if it's going to be the only one, but man, it's just impossible to find these days. But that's what I'm looking for. But I can't really tell. You know, these NFT projects, right? Especially like these collections, like 10,000 or 5,000 or 8,000 new collections, they're coming out all the time. Can't really tell what's good and what's not. Are you ready for Ecomi end of this year? I'm ready for them to move to Ethereum, that's for sure. And hopefully that is coming by the end of the year. I hear it's soon. I think Ecomi is going to be totally different once they move to Immutable X and Ethereum. That's what I'm waiting for. But right now, in the meantime, they are dropping some cool NFTs. Hedera, VET, I would go with VET. I still believe in VET. I think they're very undervalued. And Hedera also, I think it's good. It's just not for me. HT got murdered. Did it really? No, I don't think so. Oh, Huobi? I don't know. I don't really use them, so I can't say much. I thought you meant like helium, but Adam, thank you. My VV collection has done pretty well, Marshawn says. That's good. That's good. Yeah, I think Ecomi is going to change once they move to Ethereum. I think that's going to be big. Sol's not dead. Bugs getting squashed is good. Yeah, I believe Sol's not dead. I mean, come on. Come on. It went up like 400, 500% within the last few months. It's not dead for sure. But I do notice that a lot of other companies or projects are coming up in the same manner. So some of the money could be going to them. But, man, Solana, I think, has a bright future. How do you think about Alchemy Pay? I like them. I like them as a payment solution. Yes. Folsom says, rolling over IRA into iTrust, splitting up the funds like a personal wallet, or because you can't get out until I'm 60, so all Bitcoin. You know what? I still say, you could trade any time within, right? You just can't withdraw. Oh, you could, but there would be penalties. But I still say having a diversified portfolio, even with your 401k, is wise. You want to optimize your gains, right? So at this point, I think that's still wise. Do you think VET will be effective since they are out of China? They were out of China already, although they have very strong Chinese ties. So I don't think they're going to be as affected. And plus, they're still very small, relatively speaking, compared to some of their tech giants. So I think they're going to be left alone. I still think they're going to have a bright future. And I still think China's master plan, their bigger plan, is once digital yuan is fully rolled out, they're going to open up their crypto exchanges again and crypto trading of Chinese-based crypto projects or crypto projects that have strong ties with Chinese companies. Because that just makes sense. They cater to their own. So that's why I think that's going to be a huge thing for VET in the future. Amp or Alchemy Pay, I like both. Just go with both. I like both. Where can I stake BTC for 5, 10... What do you mean 5, 10? 5, 10 years? Have 5,000 worth? There's a lot of places. You could choose BlockFi, which is one of my partners. And there's many other places. Even the exchanges themselves, like Gemini and Coinbase that allows it, right? There's other players too, like Celsius that allows it. There's a lot of places. Check them out. Do you think Solana will come down again or best hopping now? I think 130 is a pretty good buying point. It was just at 150, I think, just last night. It was like 170 a few days ago. It definitely can climb, for sure. Phantom or Elrond? I say both. I like both. I like Phantom a little more than Elrond. I take that back. But I think both are good. Georgie says, hey, George, quit encouraging people to hold their crypto forever. It's better to sell than go down by 50%. It's also FUD. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, I'm just going to say it. You're wrong. You may seem like you're smart, okay? You may seem like, yeah, that's bad advice. Listen to me. I know what I'm doing. But I'll guarantee you did not make more money than me or anyone else that held through those dips and bought during those dips, okay? So, yeah. And I'm going to put you in timeout for just being a fudder. Traders, not all traders. There are some good ones. But a lot of traders will say, don't listen to those holders, guys. Don't listen to those guys who hold. You want to listen to me and get out at this point or buy at this point, and half the time they're wrong anyways. But you know what? None of those traders made more money than the holders. Everyone in this space that became insanely wealthy are the ones that held, that bought low and kept holding. That's the ultimate way to make life-changing wealth. Not the traders that are trying to day trade or swing trade. Yes, you can make money here and there. I get that. But the ones that truly made the most are the long-term holders. That's what I advise. The only difference now is I've learned my mistakes from the past where I didn't have enough cash on the side. That is what hurts. I think that's the true difference. That's the true difference is back in 2017, right? I took some profits out, but it wasn't enough. And honestly, I had to live off of that profit for many years, so it wasn't as much as I wanted. But now I've learned that from that mistake. I always make sure that I have good enough cash on the side. So when there is buying opportunities, I'm able to take advantage, and I'm just stacking and doing better with every single rise. And I plan on taking profits again on the way up and just repeating the cycle. Right? There's just no point trying to time top or bottom for me anymore. I think it's much wiser to get in on the good stuff, like Bitcoin and a lot of these good altcoins, hold on to them, and simply take some profits to lock it in and be able to buy the dips so that you can cost average out if needed to. But keep in mind, every cycle that we have, the prices go higher and higher and higher. Even though there's corrections, the prices go higher and higher and higher. The overall market cap gets higher and higher and higher, right? So even when things come down, right, they don't come down to original prices. Are we ever going to see Bitcoin at $1,000 again, like we did in January 2017? No, we will not. Are we going to see Bitcoin back to $3,000 like we did even last year in March of 2020? No, we will not. Right? So that's another reason why holding works. So there you go. I kind of got off on a tangent based on one person's misconception of things. But there you go. There you go. All right, guys, that's it. I'll let you guys go. I'll let you have your Friday back. You know, overall, we took a little dip today, but it's due to fake news and more China FUD that was just repeated again from 2020, 2019, 2018, 2017, right? But the thing is, why did this come out now? Why today? Based on a futures expiration day, option expiration day, right? And also think about why it came out in September 2017 too. Right before Bitcoin did this, okay? Last time China FUD caused some kind of damage to the market, a 40% drop, what followed was a 500% gain, okay? So this is also coming in September. We didn't have a 40% drop this time, but why did this happen, right? You put two and two together, you realize that the whales are doing it to accumulate more, getting ready for Q4, which is right around the corner. All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Smash a like, subscribe to the channel. My next live stream will be in tomorrow morning. But tonight, I'm going to post a video about how to build your portfolio, so stay tuned for that. All right, guys. Take care.